Hi everyone, so here we are with video number 3 in my entire DVD collection, over 4,000 titles I'm going to be showing you. Please like, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I have set up a playlist as well so I can group all of these videos together so you can follow along that way as well. Okay, here we go. Chris Elliott in Cabin Boy. Michael Haneke's Catw, Hidden with Juliette Binoche. Great movie this, Cactus Flower, Walter Matthau, an Oscar-winning turn from Goldie Hawn and a really excellent Ingrid Bergman. Humphrey Bogart in The Caine Mutiny. Halle Berry in The Call. Excellent James Stewart picture this, Call Northside 777. The TV movie of Callan, starring Edward Woodward. Richard Harris in Camelot. Sienna Miller and James Franco in Camille. And Isabelle Adjani and Gérard Depardieu as Rodin in Camille Claudel. John Saxon in Antonio Margheriti's Cannibal Apocalypse. Burt Reynolds and gang in The Cannonball Run. And one of many adaptations of Oscar Wilde's The Canterville Ghost. This is a TV version with Ian Richardson and also co-starring Pauline Quirk and Rick Mayall. J. Lee Thompson's version of Cape Fear with Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum. And Scorsese's 1991 remake. James Brolin, Jacqueline Bisset in The Cape Town Affair. Excellent child performances in this one, Capernaum. A great Philip Seymour Hoffman performance as Truman Capote. I love this movie, Peter Hyams' Capricorn 1. Captain America, the First Avenger. Nicolas Cage, Penelope Cruz in Captain Corelli's Mandolin. A Hammer movie, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. Brie Larson in Captain Marvel. Excellent movie this, Captain Phillips, always have a lump in my throat at the end. And James Cagney in Captains of the Clouds. Kurt Russell, Martin Short in Captain Ron. Argentinian movie starring Ricardo Daran, Carancho. Hector Babenco's Carandiru. And from Otto Preminger, The Cardinal. Al Pacino in Carlito's Way. Great 70s soundtrack on this one, Richard Pryor in Car Wash. Here we go, there's a music one that's snuck into this, but yeah, this is the Carpenters Gold Collection. And Brian De Palma's Carrie with Sissy Spacek. Some Carry On movies now, Carry On Cleo, Carry On England, Carry On Jack, Carry On Nurse, Carry On Regardless, and this also includes Carry On Cruising, Carry On Screaming, great fun, and Carry On Spying, and this one also includes Carry On Cabby. Carry On Teacher, as well as Carry On Constable, and Carry On Up the Khyber. Virginia McKenna in Carve Her Name with Pride, and the classic Casablanca. And this is another version I picked up just recently with some great special features on it. Casino, and the 1967 Casino Royale. Tom Hanks and Wilson in Castaway. Burt Lancaster in Castle Keep. This one's also put out by Indicator. Brian De Palma's Casualties of War with Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox. And fun comedy western Cat Ballou with Jane Fonda, Lee Marvin. Elizabeth Taylor, Paul Newman, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Dario Argento's Cat and Nine Tails. A Studio Ghibli production, The Cat Returns. And DiCaprio and Hanks in Steven Spielberg's Catch Me If You Can. From 1970, Alan Arkin in Catch-22. And Catfish. Cat's Eye, little Drew Barrymore there. And yes, I have this, Halle Berry in Catwoman. Horror movie, The Cave. John Waters movie, Cecil B. Demented, with Melanie Griffith. Great Kelly Reichardt movie, Certain Women. A Mexican movie from 2018, The Chambermaid. Wallace Beery and Jackie Cooper in the original version of The Champ. That Championship Season, directed by Jason Miller and starring Robert Mitchum, Bruce Dern, Stacy Keach. Elvis in Change of Habit. And directed by Clint Eastwood, Angelina Jolie in The Changeling. George C. Scott in The Changeling. Catherine Deneuve, Gérard Depardieu in Changing Times, directed by André Téchiné. Robert Downey Jr. as Chaplin, Richard Attenborough's film. And Tony Richardson's excellent The Charge of the Light Brigade. That's John Gielgud there. Chariots of Fire. Walter Matthau in Don Siegel's excellent Charlie Varick. I know. Charlie's Angels. Kate Blanchett in Charlotte Gray. A great Korean serial killer movie, The Chaser. Gary Oldman, Dennis Hopper in Chattahoochee. Michelle Pfeiffer in Cherie. Oscar-winning musical, Chicago. And Sidney Lumet's 1972 movie, Child's Play, with James Mason. And here's the Child's Play that probably most people are familiar with, Chucky. Alfonso Cuarón's Children of Men, great movie with Clive Owen. Children of the Corn. Samuel Fuller movie, China Gate. Ed Harris, Madeleine Stowe in China Moon. Terrific movie this, The China Syndrome, directed by James Bridges, with Michael Douglas producing as well as acting, Jane Fonda, Jack Lemmon. Roman Polanski's classic Chinatown. And a great John Wayne Western, Chisholm. Classic Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And Atol Egoyan's Chloe. Eric Bana in Chopper. Richard Attenborough's musical, A Chorus Line. Alistair Sim in A Christmas Carol. Directed by Josh Trank, Chronicle. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Really good performance from Liev Schreiber in Chuck. One of my favourite concert movies, Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll, with Chuck Berry and members of the Rolling Stones. Really good stuff, directed by Taylor Hackford. Wong Kar-wai's Chungking Express. And Michael Caine's Charlize Theron in The Cider House Rules. 1930 Western, Cimarron. Chris O'Donnell and Minnie Driver in her film debut, Circle of Friends. Chaplin's The Circus. And this great 70th anniversary edition of Citizen Kane that features all of these extras. Nicolas Cage, Meg Ryan, City of Angels. And Roland Joffe's City of Joy with Patrick Swayze and Pauline Collins. And Jeunet and Caro's The City of Lost Children. Chow Yun-fat in City on Fire, directed by Ringo Lam. City Reflections, this is a historical look at the city of Vancouver from its early days back in about 1907. John Travolta in A Civil Action, directed by Michael Winterbottom. This is The Claim. Now another music one has snuck in here, but I'll allow it. The Clash, Westway to the World. Barbara Stanwyck in Clash by Night. Great movie this, The Class. Mark Lester's Class of 1984. And Class Trip. from director Olivier Assayas, Clean. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton in Cleopatra, and Kevin Smith's Clerks. Adam Sandler, Click. Close Your Eyes with Goran Visnjic. Tom Hanks, Halle Berry in Cloud Atlas. Another movie from Olivier Assayas, Clouds of Sils Maria, with Juliette Binoche, Kristen Stewart. Choose Your Ending on this one, Clue. Sissy Spacek in Coal Miner's Daughter. Crime is a Disease. Stallone in Cobra. And from Werner Herzog, Cobra Verde with Klaus Kinski. Audrey Tautou in Coco Avant Chanel. And directed by and starring Jose Ferri, this is Cockle Shell Heroes. Tom Cruise in Cocktail. From Jim Jarmusch, Coffee and Cigarettes. Directed by Anthony Minghella, Cold Mountain. And Bronson in Cold Sweat. John Malkovich in Colour Me Kubrick. And Scorsese's The Colour of Money, Paul Newman, Tom Cruise. Spielberg's adaptation of The Colour Purple. Great Michael Mann movie, Collateral, with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Excellent 70s movie, Colossus, The Forbin Project. Arnie in Collateral Damage. Maybe I should have kept this for the TV section, but this is Columbo, the movie collection. John Wayne, The Comancheros. And directed by King Hu, Come Drink With Me. Take to the Skies in Come Fly With Me. And Julian Jacobs in Come Play. Rock Hudson, Gina Lollobrigida in Come September. And Burton and Taylor in The Comedians. Directed by Paul Schrader, The Comfort of Strangers. Post-Vietnam drama, John Voight and Jane Fonda in Coming Home. And Norma Ray is here as well, but I have the Norma Ray DVD later on. Alan Parker's The Commitments. From Sergio Corbucci, Compañeros. Directed by Craig Zobel, Compliance. Classic from John Milius, Arnie in Conan the Barbarian. The very camp but fun follow-up, Conan the Destroyer. Concert for George, concert in tribute to George Harrison. Who needs Marvel movies when you can have Michael Crawford in Condor Man? Great place to visit, Coney Island. Directed by George Clooney, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind with Sam Rockwell. How'd this get in here? Jennifer Love Hewitt in Confessions of a Sociopathic Social Climber. Directed by James Foley, Confidence. And directed by Robert Redford, The Conspirator. Great John le Carré adaptation, The Constant Gardener, directed by Fernando Meirelles and starring Ralph Fiennes. John Belushi in Continental Divide. Ray Liotta, Willem Dafoe, Michelle Rodriguez in Control. Sam Riley here in an excellent film about Joy Division. This is Control, directed by Anton Corbijn. Hilary Swank, Sam Rockwell in Conviction. And classic trucking movie, Convoy, Chris Christopherson, Ali McGraw. Clint Eastwood in Coogan's Bluff. Robert Altman's Cookie's Fortune. What we got here is failure to communicate. Paul Newman in Cool Hand Luke. And you can get this one on Criterion. This is Cooley High. Fun one this, Kevin Bacon in Cop Car. Sigourney Weaver, Holly Hunter in Copycat. Animated movie Coraline. I've yet to watch this, and it's one of the highest rated films on my watch list, I guess, so I will get to it shortly. I've raved about this one before, and Cinefessions actually picked up a copy of it. I was really amazed by that, but yeah, this is a fantastic silent movie from Anthony Asquith, A Cottage on Dartmoor, Essential. Francis Coppola's The Cotton Club. Dan Aykroyd and Walter Matthau in The Couch Trip. Really hated this one on first watch, but I will give it another go. Ridley Scott's The Counsellor. Count Dracula and His Vampire Brides. Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Aniston in Couples Retreat. And from director Edward Zwick, Courage Under Fire, Meg Ryan and Denzel Washington. Classic Danny Kaye in The Court Jester. Glenn Ford in The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Jessica Lange in Cousin Bet. Anime, this is Cowboy Bebop, the movie. Another great John Wayne Western, The Cowboys. And not so great, Cowboys and Aliens. Jason Statham in Crank. David Cronenberg's Crash. Jeff Bridges in Crazy Heart. Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone in Crazy Stupid Love. Really enjoy this one, Crawl. And good fun movie this, The Crawling Eye, which I've talked about before on my video for The Abominable Snowman. This was shown as a second feature. Creed. And Creed 2. I have yet to see Creed 3. Creepshow. Great Woody Allen movie, Crimes and Misdemeanors. And John C. Reilly in Criminal. Directed by Joseph Losey, this is The Criminal with Stanley Baker. And Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak. Fun movies, maybe except for the third one, Crocodile Dundee movies with Paul Hogan. And Guillermo del Toro's Kronos. Directed by Sean Penn, starring Jack Nicholson. This is The Crossing Guard. And a favourite from childhood, this is directed by Walter Hill, Crossroads, Ralph Macchio, but I came for the Ry Cooder soundtrack, fantastic. Ang Lee's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And the follow-up to The Crow, City of Angels, starring Vincent Perez. Dana Andrews in The Crowded Sky. A sort of updated version of Dangerous Liaisons. This is Cruel Intentions with Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Philippe. John Waters movie, Cry Baby with Johnny Depp. A 70s Western directed by Dick Richards, The Culpeper Cattle Company. Tibetan monks getting excited by football in The Cup. And David Fincher's The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Classic Hammer, The Curse of Frankenstein. And Chow Yun-fat and Gong Li in The Curse of the Golden Flower. More classic Hammer, The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. And documentary Cutie and the Boxer. And then Chuck Norris makes sure he has the last word on the C's. This is The Cutter. Okay, those were the C's. Please join me again for more D's and more, obviously, coming up as I continue to show you my entire 4,000 odd DVD collection. Thanks very much for joining. See you again, I hope. All the best. Please leave your comments, like, subscribe, and as I say, there is a playlist that I'm setting up as well, just to collect all of these videos together so you can watch that way as well. Okay, bye-bye.